Let us talk about the boxing functions. So, whenever you mix the you want to summarize the population, you need the boxing function. So min, max, and then average, right? So assuming that we have the data in the GDF like this. So let us run the data first, and then um, show the data first, and then preview the data, and then we have to talk about boxing. Okay, so the in so in here you can see the preview of the data, which is like the revenue by cohort. Now we need to group them all together. So for example, by market. So as a moment we have the preview of the data, but we don't have the whole thing. So I'm wondering if like how many uh, market we have in here. So you can just use the mm, split function to do that. So split GDF and then GDF market. Okay, so this one will show you the list of the. So if you print the names of the RDF, it will give you mm, the names of the market. Okay, so I need to save it first. Okay, so you have this thing, but sometime for the factor variable, the splitting function will use the levels or the values inside the factor. So if you want to get rid of the empty, so sometimes the level is there. For example, you have Vietnam there, but then there's no record in Vietnam, and then it will be very difficult for you uh, to loop through the list later. So you can just use the add correct as characters to change this one to change anything market into the characters, and for the characters it will only takes the values of the existing values of the market, and then instead of the levels. Okay, so just the technical this is the R script issue you need to be aware of. Okay, so so this one, if you want to apply the boxing function over this, then you can use the apply function. So RDF again is uh, uh, list apply, and then RDF, and then you can apply any function here. Um, and then I will use the variable x here. It's just a current group uh, in um, DAX language, or in Outreach. For each of this group, so Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and then Thailand, it will give you one group, or one variable in here, and then you have to apply the boxing function in order to compute the population parameters or the group parameter. Okay, so I will do the v1, which is the mean of the current group value. Okay, so let us go back to the data structure. So if in here, if I want to group all the market together, and then I want to take the mean or the max of the values in here, so I have to take this one, and then maybe V2 will be the max, and then the average will be V3 mean, and then yeah, you can take any other boxing value. So a lot of function, but no, normally we would take uh, the median. Okay, so and then uh, we will use this one. Now, if you want to combine all the values together, and then you return to this variable, you need the data frame, and then uh, you need something like this data frame. Mean v1, max v2, average v3. I just should mid, so median. So it start with m all the way before. That's it. So the so now if you print the name in here, it will give you this one, but then it also give you the data frame for each of them as well. So basically, if you print like this, uh, the dk, which is a table k inside the RDF, and then you print the table, uh, it will give you the dk. It will give you the data frame or the boxing values of the population. Okay, so you can see here the values is here, but then you don't know which market is this. So if you want to, you can just tag this market, or which is M as well, and then you need to take the first value of the population, so market, and then you can have this one. You can see here the tagging is here, right? So if you want to make it clear like this, and then you can make v5, which is just the first value of this table, and then mm, v5. Okay. So if you want to follow this notation, you can also do like market and then one, which is the same thing. But then um, mm, it will follow this notation, and it will be easier for you to read. So in Excel, this one is just the uh, column market, row one of the column market in this table, which is the current group of the of any of those things. Okay, so after this, then you have this thing. Okay. Now, if you want to merge those guys in the same table, you can also do the same thing as well with the rbind. So let me do the TDF here now, and then I use the TDF on row bind TDF with TK. So you merge all the variables in this one together, and then you can print this one TDF for one. You don't have to print like all of them one by one, but you can print all. You can see here that the table is nicely done like this. If you want to print in mm, the the HTML page, you can just copy this one over here, and then TDF, and then this one step 2, which is boxing values, or the boxing value is just the layman term for uh, aka population parameters. Okay, so basically you do the parameter estimation in this case for each market, and then okay, by market, and then you can see here, uh, and then you can go back to the home page, and then you can see the values as well. So what does it mean here? It means that for Indonesia, the mean order value is 0.8. It's just you give away for free. The max one is 120, 121, and then Same thing with the other market. I think they look like quite uniform for me. So in this case, because the data is generated, so it looks like very uniform. The middle value is about 50, 60, about 60, right? So about 20, 123 dollars is the mid uh, is the max, and then the middle is about 50, 60. So in this case, the middle and then the average and then the median is the same thing. Because I just actually when generated these values, I use a uniform distribution. So in uniform distribution, the average and the median will be the same. The mean and the median will be the same. Okay, so now if we want to go here and then we want to take more values, and then you can add more value as well. So for example, if you want to take the the number of rows, I can do that as well. So V6 will be the um, n row of the current, and then I come here and then I just put the uh, rows V6. And then if you want to take the sum, you can do it as a V7. And then you take the sum of the value. And then in here I can sum equal to V7. Okay, so basically this structure is very flexible for you to add more values inside. And then you can see here there are more and more uh, values. If you want to take the value in front, you just move from here to here. And then you copy and paste only, and then it will move the market in at the first row or first column in here. And then if you go back to the view and then you refresh this view, you can see the market is fine as well. And then you see more rows. So basically, because this one is the statistical data by month and then by month and then by cohort, so they look like very uniform in all the market, meaning that they have the same number of rows. So this also means that every market start in the same historical period, or at least we don't know if they start in the same, but then the provided numbers, they provide all the uniform structure for all the market. So if you assuming that uh, um, Indonesia start in 2024, then it will has less row than this one, right? So, but then because we see here the numbers are the same, so meaning that everybody start in the same page, okay? Now, if you we want to if you want to group this one by cohort instead of so this column instead of the market, can we do that? So the answer is yes, but then if you want to make the whole thing here, you don't want to copy the whole thing here and then you change the thing by the market. So what I suggest is you make a function in here called the boxing function, and then you just apply the same thing uh, for the two. Okay, so the first thing is uh, I want to group uh, parameter estimation. Okay, I don't want to use the big words, so box values. Okay, so I have the GDF here, and then I copy the whole thing from here all the way to here. So this will be easier for me to um, to make the uh, to repeat the whole process without a lot of code. Now, if there's a little bit problem here, the first thing is this thing is the market, but I want to change the market later. I want to change by something else, so I have to change this one into uh, um, left, which is this one. So left equal to the market. Okay, so it will give me the general structure for this, and then this one I have to change to left. Okay, and then that's it. And then in here, I cannot use this one anymore. Okay, so I need to change this one to the generic view, which is left. And then this one I also cannot not use anymore, and I have to change this one into left, and then one. Sorry, one left. So the row name must be the first part, and then the left will be the column. So the column name will be the market in here. Okay, so now I have the general structure already. So hopefully after this, I return the TTF. So after this, I can use this function to apply to any um, other situation, right? So the first situation will be TD equal to box value of the GDF, and then left go to the market. And then the second one will be very easy. I just copy the whole thing. So if you don't have this function here, you have to copy the whole thing from here all the way from here to here, and then it's very long one. But then and then if you have to read through all the numbers, all the statements in order to make sense out of the part. But then now it's very easy for me because I just cohort start 32. And then I change this one into step 3, boxing value copied by cohort, right? So it's very easy. And then the code is very clean for you to read as well. I think I don't have this one anymore. I don't need this one anymore, so I just delete. Okay, so the structure is very clean. I load the data, I print the preview, so later uh, I can see the columns and I can use them, and then I pivot by market. So I group by market and I group by cohort. Okay, let us run the thing first. I think I need to print the table before. I print the table in here. So head TDF. You see that this TDF and this TDF, they are the same thing, the same name, but then the value is the different one, because this one is this TDF contains the boxing values of the by market, but this one by cohort. So the same name. If you want to make it clear, you can do like table 1 here, table 2 in here, and then, but I want to reuse this one because I don't have to change this one. So basically, whatever TD here, they are the same with this TD, and the TD here, and then the TD here, they are the same as well. Okay. So if you want to even you want to be more careful, if you don't want to make sure that this TD and this TD, they are the different one, you can just box them, encapsulate them into this one. So make sure that this TD and then this TD, they are different guys. And then inside here, there's no TDF outside this part, and then this part, there's no nothing called the TDF because they are inside. Okay, so that's how encapsulation work. Mm, and then let me try to run this one first. Okay, so you can see here the function print. Actually, I want to introduce the easier way to print this one, which is use the head function. and then the title is uh, by cohort, and then by market. So you can see the result more easily. Of course, you can see the numbers in here already, but then they are very close to each other, and then it will be a little bit difficult for you to read. Okay, so you can see here by market. Okay, I need to run this one again. Okay, so you can see here there's one code by cohort and the other one code by market. And then, so you know that this one has only 4 rows because the head and the tail, they are the same, but then this one has a different structure. This is the first 6 row, the top 6 rows, and this is the bottom 6 rows as well. And then you can see the samples of those guys. Okay, so we move to uh, the web view. So this one you can see the same thing as well. So this is the parameters by market, and then these are the parameters by cohort as well. So to be honest, if I read those guys, I cannot tell this is the contribution date or this is the cohort start because they have the same label. So this April, this they are the same, but then uh, Mm, but then the meaning is different. So if I read this one, this course start in April 22 and then contribute uh, from 22 with $20 and then in May 22 with $63 and then all the way down here. So this is the starting month or the joining date of the cohort or the customer, and then this one is the contribution rate of the customer. And then each month, this customer or this cohort of customers contribute a different number of values. Okay, so that's how you read the original data, and then you can bring them in here. Okay, so that's all for this grouping video. So hopefully after this you know how to make a grouping function on your own, and then you put in this one inside the mm, uh, uh, mm, block of code, and then you don't have to repeat yourself, and then you have a nice and clean structure like this in order to repeat. So if you do by market and then by cohort or by segment and by whatever later, it's supposed to be the same. You don't have to change a lot. It's supposed to be the same. That's the power of function, and then that's the power of R script as well.